YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So this is breaking news, and as of today it has been officially leaked that Meghan Markle will be returning to the UK for Princess Diana's statue unveiling for what would have been her 60th birthday. And I personally believe that she is desperately coming back because it has also been revealed that her book, The Bench, was a massive flop and it did not even hit the top 50 bestsellers list for children's books in the UK. Meghan and Harry are starting to now see how unpopular they are and how irrelevant they are. The book only just sold over 3,000 copies in its first week, and I have to personally say that if I was a child, it certainly would not be a book that I would be reaching for, because the colours are very bland and neutral and monotone, and we all know that children like to be stimulated by colours and bright images. So it's another example of celebrities using their clout and using their power to get book deals that should be granted to people who are less known but definitely more experienced in the marketing and the creation of books. This article is by The Mirror and it covers her flagging book, and then I'm going to also cover another article that talks about her coming back. So The Bench was inspired by a poem the Duchess of Sussex wrote about Prince Harry's first Father's Day and sold just over 3,000 copies in its first week. Now I'm going to stop there. So the book is retailing for a total of $12.99, and that would be a hardback copy of the book, and that's over here in the UK. So if you times that by 3,000, the total revenue for the first week is £38,000, and then of course we have to kind of slash the profit margin in half to not only the PR firm but also the cost to print up the book. So I would halve that £38,000 970 by 2, which I would say is the cost of marketing the book and then to actually give people a physical copy. So Meghan Markle's total profit for the first week is £19,485, which is not a lot of money. And if you actually think about the type of things that Meghan likes to wear, what she likes to indulge herself on, and that doesn't even include the cost for the ghostwriter or for the person who created the illustrative work for the book. So really her profit was probably about a total of £12,000 to date, which would be the cost of one of Meghan's dresses. So you can see here that she probably felt as though the book was going to do a lot better than it actually has. And I could even still be overestimating how much money she's made with the book, because I imagine that the illustrative artwork probably alone would have set her back at least £20,000. So we're looking at zero profit, really. The Mirror article also goes on to summarize how well other celebrity authors in the children's niche have actually done in comparison to how poorly Meghan Markle has done with her release. This is all leading up to the main point of this video, which highlights basically that Meghan doesn't have likability or saleability. We all know factually that you rarely can switch on the news without seeing something controversial about Meghan and Harry. And you would think that with all of that PR, all of that 24-hour, 365-day media attention, the book definitely would have done a lot better. It is a complete flop. So it goes on to say here, days after the book was launched, it suffered a bumpy start that saw it creep to just number 100 on the Amazon chart. So the article also goes on to say that the book has received a hell of a lot of criticism, and it says here there isn't a lot of positives to be found. It's not engaging and cannot justify its classification as a children's book. It's a sentimental with a somewhat sanctimonious overtone. The person wrote on Amazon, so that's someone who was criticizing the book online. I'm going to get into this whole Meghan Markle desperately coming back to the UK for PR, and I definitely do think that her coming back to the UK will be a very bad thing. It will overshadow Princess Diana's commemoration, and it will definitely harm the royal family's public image to now be associated with this person who has effectively committed treason. So the source added Meghan and Harry could bring along their firstborn Archie Harrison on their transatlantic trip. It also says, since the funeral, and that's of Prince Philip, things have gotten worse, not better. You can only imagine how he will be treated at the big event on July 1st. And of course, they are talking about how Harry will be received over here in the UK after all of the rubbish that he has been doing. It also says Meghan does not want Harry to be alone in the UK during the upcoming unveiling of the Princess Diana statue. According to a source, this is because the tensions between the Duke and Duchess of Sussex and the rest of the royal family have worsened since Prince Harry's last trip to his homeland in April, the source has added. And that's no thanks to Meghan, is it really? Because they have done an immeasurable amount of damage since they left the UK and since Harry got back from his grandfather's funeral. It also goes on to cover all of the rubbish that Harry said during the Me You Can't See documentary, and it also talks about him covering how he felt as though his father was a bad dad in so many words, and he was a victim of complete and utter neglect. I think that this is an act of desperation for them to get yet more PR and publicity, because everything that they do and their whole livelihood to date is all based upon the royal firm and the royal family. It has absolutely nothing to do with their concern for the other members of the firm. It's all about doing yet more and more damage, and their claim to fame is only the royal family. So of course they are going to come back here to inflict yet even more pain. With all that being said, I will be back with another video because a lot of stories are coming out. Bye guys.